now we want to talk to you about our new initiative. All day, we are spending time in Alief, Westwood. This is part of a new community initiative that we're calling Our Town. Now, we know Houston is so great. There's so many things that make our city wonderful. That's why we're showcasing H-Town throughout the year by visiting 10 communities. So Zach Lajway is live this morning at Theme Hung Bakery off of Bel Air. I'm going to try not to stand in front of everybody. Good morning, Zach. You know what I love about this real quick before you get started? Is I was born and raised in Houston, and what I love about this Our Town is that there are so many places that you could never even visit because our city is so big and so spread out and sprawling, and it gives us an opportunity to showcase some areas maybe people have never been before. Okay, take it away. You're at Theme Hung Bakery. Why
know about? No. You're absolutely right, Amy. You're absolutely correct. You know, this is a wonderful city. It's, the fourth largest in the country now, so it's extremely diverse. And so this really is an opportunity for us to get into our community and showcase everything our city has to offer. And so it really, truly is an honor to kick this series off today here in Alief. This is a community that's booming. Like any neighborhood in our city, it also has its own adversities. And so here to talk about everything happening in Alief today is Debbie Chen. She is with OCA Houston. Debbie, thank you so much for coming on. Before I get into what OCA Houston is, I want to ask you, in your own words, what does Our Town mean to you?
It's home. You know, it's the place where we live, where we grow, where we eat.
Yeah, where we eat. What we do best, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about, we're going to talk a lot more about eating throughout the day. We introduced you to these folks here this morning, but let's talk about OCA Houston. What is OCA Houston?
OCA Houston is a organization of community advocates. We essentially are a social justice, civil rights advocacy organization. We do a lot of leadership development. We work with young people. We work with seniors. We do a lot of mutual aid. And we do a lot of civic engagement. We want our community to have its voice heard and to encourage people to basically be good citizens and do their civic duty and go vote.
Let's talk about numbers, statistics here in Alief. What does Alief look like when it comes to a greater community? Who represents Alief?
Alief is a super diverse community. It is, if you go look at the high schools, it is almost a quarter Caucasian, a quarter AAPI, a quarter African American, a quarter Latinx. It is the melting pot diversity representation of Houston.
The biggest challenge Alief faces right now?
I would say just a lack of awareness. You know, it's a place where a lot of immigrants come to, right? It's very diverse with immigrants. You're talking where the majority of the community is first generation.
Okay. Well, we so much appreciate you chatting with us this morning. This is a really important conversation and a huge opportunity, Amy, as we were just talking about, to be able to get into our towns throughout the city of Houston and kind of get to know our neighbors a little better. Talk to them about what they face, their challenges, but also what they want us to know, what they want to highlight and showcase on a larger stage.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it, Zach. Very cool stuff. We're going to check in with you again later on in this show.